All right, welcome back, everyone. I mentioned in the past how I wanted to change out these coolant tanks, both of them actually. I want to get these powder coated a flat black, a wrinkle color, not a wrinkle color, but a wrinkle texture with the keeping the black. Because these are both satin. Not really a big fan of them all that much. This one I plan on replacing because what it's going to cost to powder coat this, I can buy a brand new Canton expansion tank for the same price. But this one I'm going to take off and get a powder coated wrinkle black. I'm getting this ring replaced because right now it has one of these type of caps on the top, and I really hate these. These come off so hard compared to just a regular screw cap. So I'm going to replace this ring with a different type that has a screw cap on it and get this powder coated. So this is like the first step of doing that. And in order to get this liquid out, I've never tried this, I've never seen it tried before, but we're going to try it today. I bought one of these battery powered suction pumps off from Harbor Freight. I'm going to suction the coolant out of the tank into this container so that I don't have to worry about spilling coolant everywhere when I pull this thing off, because you're going to have to drain the coolant out anyway. So I thought this may be a good option to try. I never tried it. This could be a complete total disaster, but hey, it's all for science, right? That worked a lot better than even what I thought it would. There's very little coolant left in the bottom of the tank. So now all I have to do is get the hose connections undone from the top and the bottom, the bolt holding this on, and then this should come right off. These clamps that hold the upper and lower hose on, I hate these things. Trying to get the bottom one off really sucks because it's just no good way to do it without taking the actual radiator hose away, because it sits like right on top of it. It's really hard to get the pliers on there or the vice grips, whatever you're going to use to get that off with. I didn't want to take the radiator hose off because I don't want fluid to go all over the place, but I pulled it back enough so that the hose should come off, the top one's off. So now the only thing holding the tank on is these two bolts, and the tank should come right off after that. That was it, just those two bolts on the top. Very little coolant came out. A wiper would did come out, but for the most part it's pretty good. I did put something down below underneath the car because I didn't want coolant dripping on my mat that I have sitting underneath it. Also, in case you were wondering, I just stuck some shop towels in the two hoses. The hose in the bottom still retains a lot of fluid, so if that tilts down or anything like that, fluid will drip out of it. The top hose is pretty dry, but I just stuck those in there just so that nothing drips down onto the floor down there. You can see I have a piece of wood down there. It's not in focus, but you can see it down there at the bottom. That's just to catch any fluid because I don't want it dripping on the floor mat that I have. Now that the tank's off, I just wanted to show you guys the inside of this as much as I can. Might be able to see a little bit more once I get the cap off. I think I'm going to go inside the house to do that instead of doing it out here in the garage. But usually these tanks are coated with gunk and all kinds of crap on the inside, but this actually looks pretty damn good, so that's a good sign at least. So I'm going to go into the house and we'll get this cap off, and then this should be about it until I send this off to the powder coater. So if you've never taken one of these rings off the top of one of these tanks, they're a major pain in the ass. And the issue is that this nut here sits down underneath on the bottom of it, and then the bolt threads through the top. So what happens is when you try and take this out with just this, it doesn't work, it just spins, because you have to hold this from the bottom. And the tool configuration I use to do that: 3/8 driver, swivel, and a 11mm socket. You have to finagle it in there at an angle so it's on that bolt. It will fit in there. This is a 3/8. I didn't think it was going to fit for the driver in there, but it does with a swivel. So you have enough room, just enough to hold that so you can get that bolt up from the top. And even with that, it's still a major pain in the ass, and you'll probably swear and throw things. So I'm not going to bother to film taking all these out because it's a slow process. I couldn't find a T-handle that was the same size as this one. This is a 5/32. I don't think I had one that size. I might, but I didn't look long enough. But I'm going to go through and get the rest of these off. I'm not going to film all of it because it will take way too long. But we'll see what the ring looks like with this off and see if we can get inside and look a little bit better out of the tank without the ring being in the way. Alright, finally got all of these damn little bolts out. That was about as much fun as getting a tetanus shot. So I don't want to do that again anytime soon. But I took a screwdriver, gave it a little bit of a pry, ring popped right off. Now we can really see in the tank pretty good. And it's really quite clean. I'm happy with that. See if I can get some close-ups of it. So overall, not bad. It's about as much as I can do with this for now. I'll get this sent off to get powder coated, and then we'll pick this video back up once I get it back. And put it on. So I figured I'd just close this video out now. I realized that if I wait for the tank to come back and with a new cap and the new ring and include that all in the same video, it's just going to be way too long. So I wanted to cut this off now, but I wanted to cover a few more things before I do. The other reason why that I'm replacing this is when I first got the car, this ring was just in really rough shape. This looks like crap. And I've said before that I want this to be a show car. Having parts that look like that, it's never going to be a show car. So that's another reason why I wanted to get a different ring. I was going to redo that one, but it's just easier just to buy a different cap and ring. And these style caps here are horrible. Like I said before, I want the screw-on type. And also ordered a new gasket. I didn't want to reuse this one. The other thing that I wanted to mention too was I had said that powder coating the other tank versus buying the new Canton one, which comes powder coated, was about the same price. It's a little bit more to buy the new one, but my plan is that, or my line of thinking for this is, I'm giving that tank to a friend of mine. He has an 03 Cobra, and he's helped me out quite a bit in the short time that I've had the car. He helped me do the pulley install, and he helped me, he said he's going to help me do the fuel return system when I buy that. So as a thank you for that, I'm giving him the tank that's on the car right now, and I'm replacing that with a Canton one, and then this one's getting powder coated wrinkle black, so I'll have the two nice wrinkle black tanks on there, so I think it will look a lot better. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to include this at the end. I should get the this tank back probably in about a week. That's what I'm thinking. I'm doing it locally between days that I work and stuff like that. I won't be able to pick it up the exact day that it's done, but I'll be about a week or so. I ordered the new ring and the new cap and the new gasket today, so those should be here pretty soon. So I'll have a follow-up video to this before too long, and hopefully the weather is not too cold and I can go out and throw everything back on the car. But that's it for now, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time.